before my heart, before even time began. My life was in His hand.
Good evening. This is Tete Rasta. I think we're about 5 minutes away from midnight. Today has been such a wonderful, wonderful day. A very blessed day. I'm still here in Manchester, just making my way out of the city. I was spending the day with some very progressive Zimbabweans, and we were talking about our love for Zimbabwe, and we were talking about a plan. You know, Zimbabwe continues to be, I don't know, troublesome to my conscience. Troublesome in the sense that I'm so in love with that country. I'm oftentimes very, very homesick. And so hanging out with people that love Zimbabwe, hanging out with people that are in the flow of the affairs of Zimbabwe is so liberating. Being able to speak the language, in fact, all the languages. We were speaking Ndebele, we were speaking Shona, speaking English, and encouraging each other, asking each other lots of questions, discussing what's in the media, what are we doing about it, how does it affect us. So today I've been absent without leave, but it's been with great reward. I thought I'll just update you because you know me, I talk, and I talk a lot, and it's not like me to be, you know, selfish. I like to share good things. Ivy, I see you. Twambo, I see you. Nidzashi, I see you. Saru, I see you. Thank you for joining me. So, you know, I've been making a lot of noise about this flag, and we spent all of May waving this flag. I was trying to pull mine. Let me see if I can get it out on. Mine sits all right on the back of the car. This one. So we're still going on about this flag and what we are going to do and how we're going to do it. But the unanimous thing is this: we love our country. It's our country. It's our flag. And there are lots of possibilities. Even just from the names that I've read out on that list, I can already see the potential in terms of your profession and what you're able to bring to the table. So I'm not really publicizing anything in particular, but what I'm doing is I'm encouraging you to think about what skills you have that can actually help to contribute to the solution. If you would like to, please approach me in my inbox. We are thinking now and creating an action plan that is viable. And we are working with like-minded people that really appreciate that the journey has been long, that arrival at our destination has been delayed. We can point fingers if we want to, but there's no point, because those that are in the situation, those that have the power and the authority, are not exercising the will to really do something that's going to make this Zimbabwe the gem that we already know that it is. So, Tete Rasta, think about your profession, your qualifications. We've got some people who are from Zambia. They are our neighbors. What did the Zambians do to rise? When we used to laugh at them that they've got the kwacha and they have to carry it all in a wheelbarrow. Do you remember in the 80s and in the early 90s, and we were so snobbish about it? Now it's our turn. So think about your profession. How can you add value? You don't need to go to Zimbabwe to do it, but you can talk to like-minded people, like I've spent the whole day doing today. And let's make this plan work. Basically, there are people who can manage projects that are happy to put these things into place across all the strata of our community: health, social work, engineering, civil engineering in particular, our roads, repair of bridges. We're talking about accounts, auditing, land, agriculture, mining, all the possibilities that you can think of, because a lot of us are in diaspora in countries that have less resources than, and their economies are kicking, and we are enjoying the luxuries of their successes. So we've got blueprints from the countries that are doing well, and we want to take it home to Zimbabwe, and we want to take our friends with us too. So I've been so encouraged by the pastor with the flag, Pastor Ivan, because he has opened a space and given me permission to speak. I was speaking before, but I wasn't using the right words. So I have met with some people with the right words and the right attitude, and the fire to get on and do it. I'm so fired up. I was so exhausted because today I got up. I don't know whether we're in yesterday already, but I got up at 4:30, left Luton at 5. I was in Manchester by 8. Don't do the math about how long does it take to drive to Manchester. And we worked so hard, flat out, until 5:30. There's a plan, people, and it's a very viable plan. And Tete is in it to gain. I just want to make one comment here. Ali says, it's the Zimbabwean farmers, Vananiko, have boost Zambian economy. That's so true, Ali. It is so true. You are busy here in the UK. I know you're a businessman, and you're bolstering the health service here and all the other enterprises that you do. Can you imagine if you were able to be successful in Zimbabwe doing exactly what you do? If the economic and the political space was permitting. What about you? What can you do? Can you see the potential? I see pharmacists in this, it shows you who's on the thing. What can we do? What must we do? What ought we to do so that our children don't say, whatever did you do? Top fool, Wanengwa, because it's our generation. I'm in the 40s. I'm not in G40. I'm not a G40. But it is our generation that is now got the mandate to do something. And one of the things I loved about meeting with the people that I met with today, as you know, I'm an orphan. I got myself 3 fathers. 3 people who have adopted me. 3 people who've adopted me. Isn't that great? I think my car is thinking for itself. These German cars, the German cars, they do what they want. The engine's been off, so it switched off all the lights. I was going to say, my gates are end, like in Zimbabwe, when the electricity goes, there's some people, they switch off the electricity. But that was the Audi makers. They have a mechanism when the lights go off. So we're back in business. But what I'm saying on a serious level, 3 very mature men. One is a spiritual man. One is an accountant, not just a fed accountant. An accountant who's actually done a lot of auditing in his time, who is working with this think tank. And one of my new fathers, he is a war veteran. Yes. There are war veterans who are saying, let's do it this way. So I'm so encouraged today, and I'm so humbled, and I have grown leaps and bounds. So if you're interested in what I'm talking about, inbox me. I'm setting up a number that is exclusively for Tete Rasta. That is for networking and also the radio stuff that I talked to you about, because we want to move this thing. If a patient is constipated, you give them an enema. An enema is a purgative, and it helps them to push and flush out that which is blocking them, because Constipation can kill. So Zimbabwe has been so constipated for a long time. It's time to purge, to get this thing that is causing us a lot of distress and discomfort out. It's not necessarily a person, or it could be a person. It's a certain mindset. And we also have to get over ourselves and start being part of the solution willfully. It's all about exercising our will. So thank you for joining me tonight. I'm not going to rattle on because I've got a journey. I've got about 3.5 hours to drive now. But I was resting from about 8 o'clock until this time, until about 11. I just went to meet some friends I was introduced to by my Baba Mdiki, the friends from Grenada. So I had some Grenadian, pilau rice and some, what do they call it? This lovely drink, but it's from Grenada. Grenada is one of the Caribbean countries. So that really fits in with my Pan-African sense, because this individual says I'm African, but they're from the Caribbean. His ancestors were stolen from Africa. You understand? They were stolen and they're dying to make the connection. So when my Baba Mdiki introduced me, he said, Grace, you're always going back and forth. You must meet this person. Take them to Africa when you go. Show them Zimbabwe. They want to go to Botswana, Namibia, and Kenya. So you can do the Zimbabwe-South Africa bit with him. You know, when your father gives you permission to meet people, that's brilliant. And this is somebody who is an IT specialist who was doing his PhD in IT. Look at the networks. And they know about what we are doing, and they're happy to help us. So you guys, we are on a roll. I'm so happy. I'm so proud. I love this flag. I'm going to just take a few comments before I set off. Today I am drinking H2O. Delicious stuff. This is the OG. And then my tummy was a little bit upset. You know, Taurisa. So I went into Costa's. I said, I want something that is nice, that will help to soothe me. And they made me some warm milk. Because I asked, I said, I don't want caffeine or any of the other nonsense. I just want something to settle my stomach. So what we're saying is we want to settle Zimbabwe's stomach because it's been aching for a long time. And we want to make things move forward. So I'm asking you on behalf of these people who are thinking and acting by faith. Faith is I told you about this one. When you perceive something as if it already has happened, then you receive it. It's coming. Zimbabwe's best is coming. Trust me. You can hold me to this. So Sarudzai says, thanks so much, Grace. I love you, my dear. I shall be talking about your books in the radio program. So you must be ready. In the next 3 weeks, we have to talk to people. Sarudzai is one of my friends. She's an author. I was in high school with her. She's also a health professional. You know, such strong networks of people. And your encouragement keeps me going. So I love you guys. Thank you so much. God bless you. And let's do this. You can inbox me. I'll give you my current WhatsApp details so that I can see whether you're really in it. Really in it, I'm going to introduce you to the information so that you can decide for yourself whether you want to work with these thinkers and doers. And then I will link you up and then you will be in the flow. Okay, it really doesn't matter your persuasion politically, your religion politically. We've got a religious leader. This man is there just to pray for Zimbabwe, network with leaders from Christianity, traditional religion, from Islam, all the religions, because spirituality is about recognizing that higher force. I don't sign up to any nonsense, and this one I'm so totally sold out. So I may be plugging it, but all I'm doing is making sure that you know about some good things that are happening so that will really make sense. So thank you so much. Cheers and good night. I love you. Salute.